What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? This is Cril out the box. I am here for a very special show. Not a particular Out the Box Talks episode, although I did release an episode earlier today, and I got at least one more artist interview before the year is up. But I'm here on a special note. If you guys been following me on social media, on my Out the Box Media page on Instagram, on Twitter at Out the Box Media, or even on Facebook at Out the Box Radio or Out the Box TV, I have been making posts today about my debut album entitled Growth and Balance. This album is so special to me. And it's also the reason why you guys didn't really see me do any lives this week. I know last week I was doing a number of lives talking about topics involved in the hip hop culture, current events topics. But the reason why you didn't see me is because I was actually working to get this album out. I had a goal and a plan to get it out before the year was up. And I set today, December 17th, as the day that I would release the project. Actually, it was supposed to be an EP, but after doing some calculating and looking at the number of tracks that I was gonna have once the project was done, and realizing that it clocked in over 30 minutes, it made sense to title this an album, and it made sense to title this an album, and I'm really glad that I did that, and I'm definitely appreciating the responses I've gotten so far. Most people on this platform know me as an interviewer, right? For Out the Box TV, for Out the Box Talks. I've been doing interviews with artists for a long time, for about 13 years. So people don't really know me that much for my emceeing abilities. And I started rhyming, honestly, back when I was in high school. But and then I started doing it in college as well. I even put out a really like a 4-track, probably like 3 or 4 track EP, maybe 5. I'm not sure, but I think it was like 4 tracks of songs, two original songs and 2 off of previous, beats. So I did that, and I released that while I was in college. It was called Critical Thinking the College Years. And I never got a chance to do music again after that. In fact, releasing that EP or that 4-track, project, really it felt like it was like a maxi single, to be honest, even though it was different tracks. In releasing that, I felt like I accomplished something, right? And I was like, oh wow, I actually got a chance to record music and put something small out. So I didn't really feel the motivation again to do music, although my love for hip hop never wavered, right? As you can see, my love for hip hop is strong because of all the different artists that I get to interview on this platform, but I always knew that I would do music again. I guess if I found it really difficult to be able to do music and having to work with people to do music, right? And I didn't really want to go through all the hoops and all of the things that I got to through to work with someone else to produce music for me. So at the top of this year, somehow I got inspired, and I have to say I was inspired by a lot of the artists that I saw releasing music on Bandcamp, a lot of independent artists, a lot of artists that I interviewed on my show. And that inspired me to say, you know what? Maybe I can do this. If I can just figure out how to make beats, if I can just teach myself how to make beats, I think it'll give me so much motivation to be able to rap again and record music. But not only that, like being able to not just make the beats, but have the setup in my crib where I can actually record the music, you know, write it, record it, engineer it, all of that, and then put it up instantly for people to check out. So it took me a couple of months to figure that out, from making the beats to actually putting up my first track. So that was really gratifying when it happened. And it made me really feel like I could do this. Like I could actually put out a project. So I ended up putting out a couple tracks, which are on the album now. But like I said, initially it was supposed to be an EP. So I wasn't even thinking of doing a full length album this year until like very recently, when I started calculating how many tracks I had and the duration of all of the tracks together. So I'm really excited. And tonight I wanted to play some of the music for you. Right now, the album is on a Bandcamp, so it's only on Bandcamp right now. But I have intentions to release it on digital streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple and so forth. So that's definitely coming if anyone is interested in that. But I'm looking at possibly doing that in the new year, So yeah, right now it's on Bandcamp. If you like what you hear, I'm gonna play some of the music tonight. If you like what you hear and it resonates with you, you know, in a good way, definitely feel encouraged to go support it. It means a lot to me, for the support, and that's from anything from picking up the album to sharing it, and telling people about it. Any support is definitely much appreciated. So tonight I'm just gonna chill back. I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the music as I play it, but it's really a night for me to really just celebrate this release. And shout out to all of the people that's been supporting and just showing love to the album. It means a whole lot to me. So yeah, man, thank you for being here. It won't be a long session. I just felt the need to do this because I'm so excited. It's definitely a milestone for me. This year I also released a book, my first book, which is available as an ebook, and that's coming as a physical book as well. And of course, this album will be a physical album too, in the form of a CD. And I would love to do vinyl for this album if there's a demand for it. So yeah, I got a lot of cool things I want to do, in release to this album and in the book that I released this year. So yeah, man. So let's get to it. I want to get into some of the music from the album. I think I want to start off with the first track, not the first track that starts out the album, but the first track that I released earlier this year, which was kind of like my reintroduction to music. So that's why I actually titled it Reintroduction. So I'm just gonna get my slide up so I can you know um get this thing going. And as you can see, this is the album art right here. The album is called Growth and Balance. And yeah, man, you guys tell me if you get the concept by looking at the art. But you know it's the title is reflected in the music, and in the art, as you can see, the guy is standing on some steps, and the steps are supposed to be representative of the balance, but also representative of the growth. And as you can see, the steps are a little narrow. As you can see, it's kind of difficult for him to balance on the steps. So he has to have good balance to be able to walk up those steps. And the movement upwards is representative of growth. So just to give you guys an idea of, you know, what the concept is supposed to represent. I also have alternate art for this, which will most likely be a back cover for the album. So I'm gonna you know, I want to be able to display that to you guys sooner than later. So yeah, man, a lot of cool things. So like I said, let's get into the first track. I actually have the Bandcamp link to the album in the description of this video as well. So if you want to go to that link and pick up the album, you can go there as well. All right. And you can also stream it there, you know, just to get a glimpse of it there. But we're gonna stream some of it tonight. So I'm gonna go with the first track. This is not the first track that starts off the album, but this is the first track that I released uh earlier this year. And the cool thing, I forgot to mention this, but the other cool thing is I not only wrote the music, performed the music, you know, but I also produced and engineered all of the music. So it's what makes it also extra special because I did pretty much everything except for the artwork, you know. So yeah, man. So let's go to the um the uh the music. All right. So let me just also say, yeah, so I did everything except for the artwork, but I did do the, you know, the concept was mine of like coming up with the, you know, the staircases and the guy walking up and all of that. Like the concept was mine, but I didn't actually do the artwork. So I worked with someone for that. So yeah, so let's jump into this track, Reintroduction. And uh-huh. Check it out. One time for your mind. Rhyme. Being true to myself is all I wanna be. I just wanna make strides to the right path. I just wanna keep it 100 and not the half, and take it to a level where I overcome my past. The challenges, the pain, the rain is insane, but still I gain because I stay focused on my goal and kept a close watch for distractions on the road. Doing my very best to keep it true to my role. And you ask just what that might be. Take a seat, let me explain on the whole, not slightly. I just wanna do the right thing like Spike Lee. My role just equals me being a man, trying to stay focused, provide for my fam, and live a life stress-free as best as I can. All I hope is that you understand. But if you just don't get it, that's cool. I know everyone won't understand what I do. I get that. I know what I do is only for select few. But all I ask is give me my respect due. That's all I ask. That's all I ask is give me my respect due. I just wanna live a life balanced and righteous. Right. I just hope you feel what I say when I write this rhyme. I pen it for the love of the art. MCing since I was an adolescent, my start. Rocking cross-colored jeans and elevated to some guessing Levi's from Lee's to Timberland boots, fitted caps in my teens. Penning lines to the rhymes. I was only 16, but in 2021, Cril is back on the scene. In 2021, Cril is back on the scene. So what? I grabbed the mic like I ain't never left. This rap thing, I ain't never slept. Been involved in some fashionable form since back in the 90s when freestyle was the norm, to rapping with 6E, trading bars in the college dorm. To radio, I got put on, but I was never gone. I just elevated my love for the hip-hop song, promoted on the airwaves, and let the people know that the underground was where it was at. That real rap, where MCs keep it real black and never sell out for the papes or the G-stacks. Even though I know we gotta eat, I still believe that the quality we gotta keep. Preserve the art, throw them lyrical darts and maintain the move smart. Throw them lyrical darts and maintain the move smart. Word, man. It's a little something, man. Yours truly, Cril, the reintroduction. I ain't write a song in a minute, but here you go. Hope you like it. All right. So that was the first track that I released earlier in this year. It was like in March. And I gotta say, in the sequencing of this project, it actually turned out better than I thought it was going to be in terms of how all of the tracks, I was able to pick all of the tracks and place them in a good order so that it sounded cohesive or as cohesive enough. So I think the beautiful thing about this album is that I didn't really waste much beats. Like I made all of the beats and then I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna just like I got to a point where I was like, I wanted to make more beats, but I was like, if I keep making more beats, I'm just gonna prolong getting this album done, right? So I tried to do as much beats that I needed, just the right amount that I needed. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna record from now on. I'm gonna just stop making beats and I'm gonna just record. So I think that's one of the reasons why I was able to get this project out, you know, and also have it turn into an actual album. So yeah, man. So that track I just played, I recorded that in March. And it took a while before I recorded. I recorded the next track a little bit after. And then after that, it took a long while before I started recording again, you know, but I was making beats in between. So let's go to another track. I'm actually gonna go to the next track the track that I released right after that. And that is the track RTMF. Let me see when I released that. I just want to make sure. I released that track in April. So we'll play that next. And that actually that's another track that's like more so. Yeah, so let's go to that track. RTMF, it stands for Reflecting to Move Forward. All right. And this track was more, wow, this track was a little deep, man. I was going through it a little bit when I wrote this track. But it's so interesting. I finished the recording of this track. Writing the rhymes for this track and recording this track was actually way easier than the track I just played. And the interesting thing is this track was a longer track. And I think it's because I put a hook on this track. So this was like my first experience in years doing a hook for a song. So let me play that for you. This track is entitled RTMF, Reflecting to Move Forward. There's something I want to share with y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening. Word. Strength is what I need on my side. Keep the faith and keep the drive. Stay focused. Do away with the hopeless. I had to push forward the day that I wrote this. Just notice it's never easy, but reaching goals in this day and time is forever pleasing. I told my last job I was leaving. A part of me couldn't believe it. It was bittersweet. It became a man there. 7 years of growth and fam there. And thankful for all the love that I was granted. Growing and growing. Now I'm on to the next G. I just pray the divine nature certainly bless me and keep my mind healthy. I'm just a man trying to do it for my fam, hoping that I could be the best father that I can. Reliable king for my queen, put myself in the best position for us to win. And that's not me being selfish, but I had so many days where I was feeling helpless, giving ultimate time and effort, but still wealthless. Do you know what that feel like? When you got a fam to support and the love for the art don't cash in or pay off. And that's years and years of close people believing. And another set of years where that believing stops. And an ounce of hope comes again. And soon after, another priority sets in. And you back to the dream drawing board again. Back to the dream drawing board again. Lately I've been reflecting on life, making moves to the next. Taking steps, eliminate stress, and be my best. Yes, I just want to bring security to my fam and be the best man that I can. Reflecting on life, making moves to the next. Taking steps, eliminate stress, and be my best. Yes, I just want to bring joy to my fam and be the best man that I can. Just be the best man that I can. Where do I go from here? One thing's for certain, I gotta put my family first. But if I could only keep the balance for what my passion is worth, that would just be so amazing. But here I go again, drifting, dreaming again. Is it really real? Can it be achieved? Reality is telling me I gotta take a break and pursue a more stable way of getting that cake, and come back to the dream when it's all said and done, after taking the reliable route. But will I still be interested then? I strongly believe I still will in the end. But I be hoping the bread come faster and the door opens. Not on some overnight success, but the universe listen and the reward's worth it. All because of my working and sticking to the plan, staying focused and being true to the man that I am. That I am. Lately I be reflecting on life, making moves to the next, taking steps, eliminate stress, and be my best. Yes, I just want to bring security to my fam and be the best man that I can. Reflecting on life, making moves to the next, taking steps, eliminate stress, and be my best. Yes, I just want to bring joy to my fam and be the best man that I can. And be the best man that I can. That's all I want to be. That's all I need to be. That's all I gotta be. That's all I got to be. The best man that I can. The best man that I can. The best man that I can. Yo, y'all ready? Yo, make sure. Oh, my bad. My mic was off. Let me just pause that right there. Yeah, so that was the second track I did this year, and that was in April. I recorded that in April, you know, and that was awesome, man. That was awesome to be able to get that out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Moselle, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Dope artist, man. Dope artist out of Detroit, man. Dope, talented brother, man. You know, yeah, man. So yeah, so that track, that was deep, man. That was a deep track for me to do, you know. But honestly, like I said, I did that track. It was really quick for me to do. Like I was in a rhythm when I wrote that. And when I recorded it, I was also in a rhythm. So I was like, that one, I just was in the vibe, man. So that's one thing I'm noticing too as I record, and I'm sure like a lot of MCs and artists out there that know, you know, this thing, like they know very well, like that you be having moments like that, right? Some moments it just hit like that, and then some moments it take a little longer, you know. So yeah, man, I'm really excited to see what is gonna happen um with regards to, you know, how this project lives, especially going into 2022, and what could come out of this for me, you know, as an MC. You know, one of the reasons why I'm so excited, I guess, to interview a lot of artists is because I'm an MC myself, and before I started doing podcasting, that's what I was doing, you know, like, you know, all of my high school years I was rapping, you know what I mean? Like all of my homies from back then know very well. Like I was the dude rapping in school, you know what I mean? In the cafeterias, in the hallways, you know, writing mad rhymes and notepads, but never really had a structure as to how I was gonna do it until I got to college and I started seeing I was in a hip hop organization where I was among other MCs that was rhyming too. And you know, I even won a talent show while I was in college. Um, as you know, as an MC. So and I did a music video and everything back then, man, back in Brooklyn, you know, where I'm originally from. I actually want to get that video up so I could show it, you know. And I hope to do like videos for this project too. So yeah, man, this is an interesting feeling for me because I'm so used to being on the other side, like interviewing artists and stuff. And I'm definitely gonna continue to do that. But this is a interesting feeling for me, man, to be able to, put out music, Yeah, no doubt, Moselle, man. I appreciate that, bro. That means a lot, man. I appreciate that, man. I can't wait to see the new music that you got coming too, man. Like this brother is a really, really talented MC, man. So big ups to him, man. Big ups. Go check out some of his music if you get a chance. I interviewed him on my podcast, Out the Box Talks. Um, Ye I wanna say, yeah, it was last year, and that was before I was doing the videos. Like, I made the decision this year to do to get back on the channel because I wasn't on the YouTube channel for some years. So, I got a chance to interview him, man, and he's such a dope artist, man. And shout out to all the other artists out there that I rock with, man. Brother Brandon Isaac, man, another really dope artist, man, that, does so much dope stuff, man. Like, these artists, are, and I said this the other day, like, I really believe in the talent of some of these artists that I interview, man. Like, they are extremely gifted. And I feel like because hip hop is such a thing now where people kind of move with what's popular, they don't want to check for stuff unless other people are checking for it. And that irks me about, the music business right now. It just, I get it and I understand why it's like that, but it irks me. It's like, yo, like, until somebody big co-signs this guy, now everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? But I understand kind of how human nature works. Like, people don't jump on stuff until everybody else is talking about it, but I try my best. If my platform is any type of platform that people take seriously for the type, for suggestions in terms of dope new hip hop, like, I try my best to, you know, share these artists because I really, really think that these artists are going to be the next big thing. Although you don't know of them right now, like, I have a shirt that I created called Today's Underdog is Tomorrow's Champion. And I feel like that for myself a lot. And I feel like that for a lot of the artists that I interview as well. Like, people may not be privy to them, but I feel like me and the other people that got a chance to check for these artists are privileged, in a way to be able to learn about such quality, man. So, shout out to you, Moselle. You are definitely one of those artists that I think is extremely special in terms of what you have to offer as an artist and with your music, bro. And again, shout out to my brother Brandon Isaac. He's another special artist that does this thing, man, that I think more people need to get to know about. It's so much people, man. It's so much artists. If you just look at the number of the artists that I interviewed on my platform this year, you'll see, like, I interviewed Sky Blue earlier, and he's another dude that I've been, you know, checking for a long time. And his music is so uplifting and so inspiring, man. So yeah, man. Illingsworth, another brother that I got a chance to interview that I've been checking for as well, out of Detroit, you know, it's so much dope artists like that just span across the United States, but also there's really talented artists in the UK that I'm learning about as well, like Funky DL and Chima Anya and other names that I've you know, been privy to learn about within this year. So, yeah, man. So let me get back to some music. I don't want to talk too much, I want to get back to another track off the album. And let's go to, what should I go with next? Um all right, I'm going to go to this joint. Actually, let's go to Know Your Worth. Know Your Worth is the third track that I released, and I just released that a few weeks ago, just to kind of to highlight that the album was going to be coming out and that the release date was going to be on December 17th. So let's go with Know Your Worth. I'm gonna play the single version, but the album also has the extended version, which is actually the first track. But let's go with the single version. Early morning I rise, inhale, exhale, open the curtain, see the sunshine. Reverence to the natural, I appreciate your light. Within your divine presence, I appreciate life. It helps me to more. I'm a child of nature, a child of the sun, a child of the all creator, an African one, striving to overcome my shortcomings and get better as I grow. Maintain the principles of my eye and do away with the fragile ego. An Aquarius at heart with my eye in my chart. Often modest at times as I don't want the superficial shine. Just let it flow natural, genuine as it comes. Show respect, get respect, real love mixed with intellect and righteous discernment. Nobody knows it all, we on a journey of learning, a path to development. Adequate compensation for my worth is my sentiment, a way to show value to my benefit. Blood, sweat and tears gotta pay off at some point. Raw rhymes from the heart, not some cut a cookie dumb joint. Till they recognize, keep on my drive. I'm on a journey of motivating self when motivation ain't there from elsewhere. Knowing your worth but maintaining your self-care. I just want my fair share, this gon' be my year. I'ma do away with fear, this gon' be my year. I'ma get my bread right, this gon' be my year. Yeah, know your worth. Know your worth, word. Know your worth. While on a journey of motivating self when motivation ain't there from elsewhere. Knowing your worth but maintaining your self-care. I just want my fair share, this gon' be my year. I'ma do away with fear, this gon' be my year. I'ma get my bread right, this gon' be my year. Yeah, know your worth, word. Know your worth. You know how it is, you want. You know how it is, you want. All right, so that was Know Your Worth. That's the single version. And I'm gonna say this: when I made that beat, I knew automatically that was gonna be the opening track, and I wanted the opening track to sound like, I wanted it to sound like an opening track, right? So I wanted it to feel like I was inviting you into my world a little bit, but also I wanted that track to give insight to my goals, right? And my journey and even my struggles. Like, here's my struggle, and this is where I want to get to, right? And I wanted the track to open up like that. And I think I might have achieved that, but I'm curious to hear people's feedback. The very interesting thing about me is, like, I'm so used to interviewing people, I'm and giving the artist feedback. I'm like really excited to hear what people have to say about this album and just getting their feedback and hopefully even getting interviewed about it, but yeah, so that track was also special to record. And like I said, I did all of the beats before no, actually I did some beats and then I rhymed over some beats and then I came back, did more beats and then rhymed over them again. But yeah, that was interesting. So let's go to another track. I'm not gonna play all the tracks today, but I just want to go through some of the other tracks. Let's go. Let's see. What should I go with? All right, I'm gonna go with this track. Now, this track right here is one of my. Also, if anybody's watching the video, I know we don't have a lot of people live right now, but if you're watching, if you could like the video, that'll help because it'll get it out there to more people. But either way, the video I'll keep it up so that other people can see it. At least for a few days. What's up, Mark? Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. All right, so let me jump into the next track. Any requests? Anyone request? Let's go into this track 2. This is one of my favorite tracks, by the way. Yeah. This is all right. So this one is called Don't Ever Get Away from Your Dreams. Check 1 2 1 2. 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 Rise and shine, good day. We gon' get where we need to go, a new start. A new mentality for sure. Gave a lot of years working with my former J.O. But I took that leap of faith and let myself go. Not on some wildness, though. I really let my job go. But then shortly after, I started doubting myself. I walked away from a security where many get help. I started questioning, what really have I done? What if I didn't find a way to get new income? What if I didn't get a job that was better? What if this path didn't pay off? Would I have to regret it? What if I made better use of my time represented? I made a beat and heard the vocals say, don't you ever get away from your dream. Don't you ever get away from what makes you a king. Tap into your craft, learn the business, strategize on your path. Use your time well, transform your skill sets into something you can sell. That's worthy to the people. Don't you ever let negative thoughts defeat you. Don't you ever let the lower ego mistreat you. Don't you ever let nobody tell you you can't win. Do the knowledge, take action, the answer's within. It's yours for the taking. Your mind's already awakened. It's all up to you. Don't get it forsaken. Your love, your passion, your purpose, every moment you invest will benefit you. It's worth it. Find a way to monetize, elevate, and keep rising. Keep your health right. Continue enterprising. Don't you get away from your dreams. Keep it alive, man. Don't you ever try to get away from your dreams. Don't you ever get away from what you truly believe. Don't you ever let nobody ever try to mislead your path towards happiness. You here for a purpose. Do your work cause it's worth it. Don't you ever try to get away from your dreams. Don't you ever get away from what you truly believe. Don't you ever let nobody ever try to mislead your path towards happiness. You here for a purpose. Do your work cause it's worth it. Don't you ever let go of your dreams. Don't you ever get away from your dreams. Don't you ever. Tanya Morgan had a track on Brooklyn Addy called Plan B. I had to think about it, what was really my plans be? I thought about all of my talents and skill sets. I thought about the best way I can invest in self. Not no 9 to 5, but it gotta be another way for me to keep hope alive. Another way to benefit from the grind. Another way to do for self in these times. Another way, talking entrepreneurship mind. Do research, take action. Get on my job, no slacking. Goals accomplished, real work, no acting. But every now and then I get distracted. But then I hear a voice say, don't you ever try to get away from your dreams. Don't you ever get away from what you truly believe. Don't you ever let nobody ever try to mislead your path towards happiness. You're here for a purpose. Do your work cause it's worth it. Don't you ever try to get away from your dreams. Don't you ever get away from what you truly believe. Don't you ever let nobody ever try to mislead your path towards happiness. You're here for a purpose. Do your work cause it's worth it. Don't you ever let go of your dreams. Don't you ever get away from your dreams. Don't you ever. all right. So yeah, that was Don't You Ever. That might be one of my favorite tracks off the album. Like when I made the beat, I was like, oh my goodness. I think I got something that I mean, I like all the beats I made, but that one was special to me. And that track was emotional to me. I also, you know, what I was going through at the time when I made the beat, um, it was an interesting time for me. And it's so funny, like, so interesting is that, like, I want to say like a couple days ago, I was listening to the track, when I was trying to finish, mixing it down and, putting the final touches on it and getting it ready. I um I had a moment with that track, yo. Like it definitely it it connected with me in a deep way. So yeah, man, it's a special track, man. I really like this track. And I mean, I like all of the tracks on the album. Like I'm amazed, honestly, to be honest with you. I'm amazed that I was able to put this together. Like I said, it was supposed to be an EP. So how it turned out, I'm actually more amazed than I thought it was gonna be. Even like when I was trying to select which tracks would go after each other, like I knew which track was gonna be the intro track. I didn't really have a ending track. I kind of did that in as I was finishing the album, but between like just only knowing what the beginning track was, I didn't know where everything would go. And I literally just took from what I recorded and all of the songs that I had. I knew what beats I was going to use, definitely. I knew I was going to use every beat that I made except for one beat. And I didn't know what I was going to write to for every song. But a lot of the songs that I did, I let the beat tell me what I should write about. And I tried to keep it true to myself. You know, this album was really about me being true to myself. I um what are the things that I want to see? What are the things that I strive for? What are the things that I want to accomplish? And what are some of my current challenges? And I wanted to really display that on the album. And even when I was writing music in college, when I got to that age where I crossed into my 20s, or I became, crossed over into my 20s, I I started writing music that was resonating with whatever I was feeling or whatever my level of maturity was at that time. And, you know, it is what it is now. This is a lot of the subject that I write about on this album is really how I feel, today and my thoughts. So yeah, man, I hope that people that listen to the album, they take away something inspirational from it, and it brings some type of happiness to them or some type of upliftment to them, you know. Yeah, good looking Mark. Yeah, I love the energy in that too, man. I was like, it's so interesting. Like while I was trying to mix that track, I was like, should I bring the beat up some more? Should I bring it down? It was a bit tough to try to figure out how loud I wanted that beat to be over my vocals. But I think the the result that I got ended up being something I was comfortable with, and I hope people like that in terms of how it sounds. But yeah, that's probably my favorite track on the album. If there's others too, but that definitely is certainly one of my favorites, you know. Yeah, so let's do another track. Let's see, what should I play? Mark, you got any other suggestions, bro, that I should play? I wonder. Um, so just to let you know, like the album is 10 tracks. It's nine main tracks, and the 10th track is sort of like a bonus track, but it's the single version to Know Your Worth. So when I did Know Your Worth, I'm gonna be honestly, when I did Know Your Worth, I originally did it as the extended version, so the version that you see that begins the album. But I had did some talking at the end of it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for people to hear that until I release the album. But Know Your Worth was one of the songs that I had already recorded, and it was like ready to be mixed and ready to go. So that was why I released it a few weeks ago. A lot of the other tracks, I just literally finished recording them within the last week or two, like within the last 2 weeks. You know, I would say not probably like 3 or 4 tracks I had to record in the last couple of weeks. But Know Your Worth, I didn't want to release the extended version as a single. So what I did was I shortened it and I threw some scratches at the end of the track. And I said, all right, boom, I can get it out and have something to give people to listen to until the album drops, until the album comes out. So yeah, that was a little story on that. All right. So yeah, let's go to another track. I think let's go to Growth and Balance. No, actually, no, that's the spoken word outro. I'm gonna go to Hold On to My Love. Yeah, I like that. Let's go to that one. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the everyday cycle. Sometimes it be little distractions that keep you unrighteous. Sometimes it's just how it is, but sometimes you gotta overcome and just live and be your best self. Stay humble, show respect for nature. Don't worship the paper, give reverence where it's from. Treat the planet with love and give thanks for the sun. These are all things I strive to do. It's a journey to balance. I ain't concerned with fighting you, just competing with self. But don't get carried away. I just want to feel happy today. Make careful decisions, and good will come back my way. Live in harmony with life. Have respect for the earth. Treat brothers and sisters the right way they deserve. Don't do too much, don't do too less. Maintain a healthy balance. Eliminate stress. Get a good night's sleep. Wake up the next day and see how you feel, and see how it goes. Nobody knows it all, but somebody always knows a part of the solution. So I listen and grow. Make keen observations, pay attention to flow. Decide carefully on the right way to go. Hold on to my love. If you a good person and trying to overcome stress, hold on to my love. If you fight for the oppressed, hold on to my love. If you nurture the planet and treat the earth with respect, hold on to my love. Go ahead and hold on to my love. If you a good person and trying to overcome stress, hold on to my love. If you fight for the oppressed, hold on to my love. If you nurture the planet and treat the earth with respect, hold on to my love. Go ahead and I know sometimes it can be tough to be the best that you see in yourself, but stay focused, maintain, prioritize your health. Do the things that make you happy, rejuvenate self. It's easy said than done, but the race could be won. Nobody said that life would always be fun. The rain showers will come, but so will the sun. A brighter day ahead. Keep the faith, make moves with a level head. Don't let the tough times break you, or the good times make you better than anyone else. Practice gratitude for life's blessings on earth. Show love and know your worth. Don't let nobody try to use you and perpetuate the cycle of hurt, but give love and support to those who deserve. Share your gifts to uplift and make this a better world. Hold on to my love. If you a good person and trying to overcome stress, hold on to my love. If you fight for the oppressed, hold on to my love. If you nurture the planet treat the earth with respect. Hold on to my love, go ahead and hold on to my love. If you a good person and trying to overcome stress, hold on to my love. If you fight for the oppressed, hold on to my love. If you nurture the planet and treat the earth with respect, hold on to my love, go ahead and hold on to my love. If you a good person and trying to overcome stress, hold on to my love. If you fight for the oppressed, hold on to my love. If you nurture the planet and treat the earth with respect, hold on to my love, go ahead and hold on to my love. Oh my love. All right. Yeah, so that track was called Hold My Love. Hold on to my love. Yeah, hold on to my love. And yeah, shout out to you, Mark. Yeah, that's a dope track too, man. I actually that was one of the last tracks I made, actually. I think that might have been the last track I made. Yeah, I think that was the yeah, for this album, that was probably the last track I made. And I kind of like stumbled upon being able to create that, to craft that one. I was using this it's a MIDI keyboard that I was using to chop, stuff. So it I was happy when I got that track done too, man. Like I said, I like every track I did, like except for like one, I knew that I was gonna rhyme over it, but I just wasn't sure what the concept was gonna be yet, you know. But yeah, man, I that's another favorite of mine's, man. It's so interesting. Like I'm just like I said, I'm just curious to see how this album sits with people, and just hearing what tracks resonate with them, what they like the most, and the vibe of the music. Yeah, man. Word, word, word. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, thanks, brother. Yeah, that RTMF was like the one of the first tracks I did, and I was saying earlier, like that track, it was just so easy to write. I was really in a rhythm, and it was how I was feeling, in that moment when I wrote that. Yo, let me ask you, Mark, like, 'cause I know you heard RTMF before, because I released it early, but like, how did it sound in the sequence of the album? Like when you heard it in the sequence of the album, how did you think it sounded? I thought it sounded I thought I wa- it actually worked out. I wasn't sure about how that track would fit with the other tracks, cuz that track is not so much of a soulful track, even though it has a warm element to it, you know. But yeah, good looking on that, man. Good looking. So yeah, should I go to another track? Uh I'm gonna go to maybe I go to one more track, and we'll um let's do the path to progress. I'm gonna play that joint. Check it out, y'all. Got a story to tell about a young brother. This is the story of a young brother, 22 years old, 4-year degree graduated. Mom and stepdad glad he made it. The first person in his fam to earn a BA, and made him proud to see this day. Got a degree in journalism, and his story hopes to earn a high-paying job on his mind shortly. But the broadcast field that he chose ain't opening them doors. It's feeling like a joke. It's feeling like a everyday competition. Put in lots of time. Now he's pondering and thinking. Where did he go wrong? Should he have chose another major? I'm gonna skip to another track real quick, because I want to try to get some other joints in. Even though it's not a lot. I want to play this other track. It's another joint that I really liked. Growth and balance, the world we living in be wildin'. I make moves, you rarely ever catch me styling. But on a good day, you could catch me smiling, enjoying the fruits of labor. This track is called I Remember You. Deflecting off the haters. You need a favor, just say so. But I gotta let you know I'm not the type to save ya, especially if you want some fakeness and never showed love until I started getting known and creating a buzz. How you expect me to forget the way your movement always was? I got used to your MO, but now you moving mad sus. All of a sudden the change, I'm not feeling your growth. Keep that same energy that you was previously on, while I make moves forward and show love to my fam, who supported from day one, kept it real with your man. But let me make sure you understand. See, when I say fam, I ain't just talking about relatives. I'm talking about friends that stayed true from the very beginning. It was genuine and sometimes unexpected. I'm so glad that we connected. They love me for me and not what I could give. They saw the value in your brother from the way that I lived, and I carried myself. I appreciate their honor, I won't ever forget. I won't ever forget who was there for me from day one. I won't ever forget who came later but was a real one. Always showed love and not jealousy. I remember you, cause you remember me. I remember you. I won't ever forget who was there for me from day one. I won't ever forget who came later but was a real one. Always showed respect and not jealousy. I remember you, cause you remember me. I remember you, cause you remember me. That was a shorter track. Yeah, I just wanted to play that one before I got up out of here, man. So listen, I thank each and every one of you for tuning in. You know, if you caught the live, I appreciate you checking out the live. I'll leave the video up for those to check out a little later on. You know, but I just wanted to do this tonight, man. You know, I never had an album release party. You know, so because with a lot is being done, because I got this YouTube channel, I said let me just go live and play some of the music for the folks. You know, so yeah, man. I hope people out there are inspired to go, you know, get the album, and at least, you know, if they like it, at least share it. You know, tell people about it, man. This was a labor of love for me. It took some time to get this done, but I'm so excited that I got it out, man. I'm so excited. You know, like I said, I had two goals this year. Actually I had multiple goals. But a couple of the goals that I wanted to achieve, I did achieve. I said I was gonna get a book done. I got that done first. Honestly, I thought the book was gonna be the book was in my mind. I felt like the book was gonna be harder to get out. So when I was able to get the book out first, it was really, really gratifying, because I was like, okay, well, I got the hardest part out. I could get the album out. But even the album, like I said, was supposed to be an EP. I didn't think I didn't think it was gonna be an album, you know. So, and because it was my first time doing everything, I had to really figure out along the way like how to do it right, you know. What it did is it made me excited for the next round, right? To be able to do another project. But I want to be able to do like music videos. I would even like to perform and tour even with this project. Like I want to do all of that, man. So hopefully, you know, those opportunities can be presented, or I can work out those opportunities, man. And I'm open to press too, like, who interviews the interviewer, even though I did get some interviews this year. Shout out to Cy Martial Law and Reads with Rosa, and as well as DJ Umo. I actually did 3 interviews this year where I was the one being as the guest being interviewed. So that was also huge, so yeah, man, like I wanted to share this with the YouTube platform. I've probably been on this platform the longest out of pretty much the majority of the social media platforms I'm on. So, I wanted to come on here and share it with the YouTube audience, because I believe like some of my YouTube audience might not be checking for me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, but if you're not and you are on those platforms, definitely feel encouraged to follow me there as well. But yeah, man, I did this for the YouTube, you know, people out there that support me, and I've been getting a lot of support in terms and props in terms of the interviews I've done this year. So yeah, man, and we are gonna get to our 100th episode of Out the Box Talks. I'm looking to do one more artist interview next week, and then I'm gonna do a celebration. Looks like I'm gonna do a celebration show. So I'm working on something to have like a panel of guests on that show, and we are gonna do our best albums of the year list. So, my brother Mark, I'm gonna have him. Hopefully, he joins me for that one too, and A Level and the homie J Red. We supposed to do our best albums of the year list. So look for that before the year is out. So I got a lot to do. Even though I released this album, I still got a lot coming before the year is out. We got the 100th Out the Box episode, which will be a celebration episode most likely. And we got the best albums of the year, for 2021. So look for those 2 shows on this platform, and I'm gonna try to go live some more too in the coming weeks. Actually, in the coming days. Excuse me. So yeah, thank you for rocking with me on Out the Box TV. Again, my new album is called Growth and Balance. Go check that out. It's on Bandcamp. The link is in the description. So, I appreciate whatever support you can give for this project, man. And thank you to all who have been supporting it already. My brother Mark, thank you for being here, man. Shout out to Moselle for tuning in, and anyone else who tuned into the stream. And, for those catching this video after the stream, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about the music you heard so far. And go right over to the Bandcamp and stream it. And if you like it, like I said, go support it. But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, and I will catch you all on the next video. So till next one, peace, love, and light. Stay focused, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll catch y'all later. Peace, 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 peace. Peace.